You built this. Years of it, real effort, real cost. And now something has shifted. Not the effort or the commitment, the direction it was all pointed toward. And the question nobody prepares you for: what do you do with everything you've built to get here when here is no longer where you're going? Welcome to Daily Power Boost. I'm Shawn Michael. This isn't a podcast about pushing harder or fixing yourself. It's a space to see clearly how your experience is actually being created. Each episode offers a simple shift in understanding, not a tactic, not a hustle, a clearer view of thought, identity, and the patterns you've been living inside. Because when misunderstanding drops, relief rises, energy returns. You move forward with calm, sovereign clarity. This is your Daily Power Boost. Welcome back to Daily Power Boost. Last time we talked about wanting what you actually want, how the courage to admit it is harder than most people expect, because it means looking honestly at the gap between what's true and what was approved. Today's question, the one that arrives immediately after that honest admission. If this is what I actually want, what does that mean for everything I've already built? This is what changing direction actually costs. And I mean this at the identity level, not the practical one. When you built toward a goal for long enough, that goal became part of how you understand yourself, the effort you put in, the sacrifices you made, the version of success you were working toward. All of it woven into who you believed yourself to be. So when the goal changes, it doesn't just change the destination, it threatens the story. The story that says that effort meant something, that the version of you who built all of this was building toward the right thing. To protect that story, most people stay well past the point where staying serves them, because leaving feels like saying the whole thing was just a mistake. I want to tell you, it wasn't a mistake. That's the distinction worth holding clearly. Everything you built got you to the person standing here right now. The one with enough clarity to recognize that the destination has changed. That's not a failure of the original direction. It's the proof it worked. The path brought you somewhere real, just not where the original map pointed. And that's not a problem to apologize. That's what growth actually looks like from the inside. So what does it actually look like to honor where you've been without staying there? You carry the skills and relationships and the hard-won understanding of how things work. None of that disappears when the direction changes. You bring it with you. What you leave behind isn't the investment, it's your obligation to justify the investment by continuing in a direction that no longer fits. The expended effort isn't the problem. Your belief that this effort owns your next move, that's the thing worth setting down. Because the person who built what you've built deserves to build towards something that actually fits who they've become, instead of something that made sense to who they were when they started. My question for you today: think about something you built that you're holding on to past the point of genuine fit. Could be a role, some relationship, a previous version of success, or a direction you've been defending more than you've been pursuing. And ask yourself honestly, am I staying because this is still mine, or because leaving would mean admitting I'm no longer who I was when I built it? You see, those are very different reasons to stay, and only one of them is truly yours. The practical side of a direction change almost always sorts itself out. It's the identity cost that doesn't. If that's where you're stuck, if the weight of what you're leaving behind is heavier than the logistics of where you're going, that's a conversation worth having. You'll find a link in the show notes. Next time, permission. Most people are still waiting for it. From someone, from anyone. This episode is about what happens when you stop waiting and give it to yourself instead. With strength and heart, I'm Shawn Michael. Stay close.
Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost.